It's William.
And Robin.
And it's windy.
In Cheyenne, Wyoming.
And we're going to blow away. And this is trip 14 from Indiana to Oregon, paying $4,100. $1.80 a mile, so they actually boosted that a little bit, yeah. But it's not going so well.
Due to the wind, we're stranded.
We're stranded we got to spend 2 nights here because they got the road shut down.
Well, restricted.
Well, restricted for us at least, right?
Yes.
So that's what we got to do. So let's take a look at this unit and talk about how this had turned out. Now I know
started good.
Started good. We're getting 12 miles per gallon, but all the way to almost Cheyenne.
Yeah, Nebraska.
A little bit of wind, but it wasn't bad at all, was it? No, we did great. I knew that we were flirting with a disaster. Robin informed me that it was going to be nasty here, but I thought I could just squeak by, and I didn't. And I'm sure this is just a lesson for me to learn. But you know what? I thought, you know what? This would be a great video because originally I thought about taking the higher route up through,
which would have taken longer.
Yeah, it would have took longer, like 6 hours longer, and I like that route, and that's what I wanted to do because I could go up through Wisconsin and get me some cheese curds. And I really thought about it, but I thought, you know what? We're going to squeak by. We're going to make this happen. We're going to get this done quick and make a lot of money because we were kicking butt on this job.
We were.
Now we just had to waste $150 more for hotels.
Well, reward points.
Well, we got reward points, so it worked out that way. You know, would have been nice to be stranded at the beach somewhere, but I guess we wouldn't be stranded there for wind, right?
No.
But of course, Robin said, I told you we should have went south. And then last night, everybody in south was getting hail or tornadoes, and I said, well, I guess we're better here.
Can't win.
Because the wind's not affecting us, right?
No.
So this is what this video is going to be about. We're hoping
you can hear us.
Yeah, you can hear us, and then we're going to leave here in the morning, and we're going to get this delivered because there's a bunch of loads in Idaho going to Oregon, and I'm hoping that we can go kick a bunch of them out.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
If not, we'll go to the beach.
I want to turn this into some real money and show everybody how much money we made on this trip, right?
But I like the beach.
Yeah, she likes the beach. So we're hoping it works out. So just remember, you know, we'll be back. I'm going to add a lot more to this video. I'm hoping this can be trip 14, 15, 16, 17, all in one video with a big chunk of money at the end of it.
Or just 14 and we're at the beach.
Or just 14 and we said heck with it and we went to the beach.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Let's catch you up to speed because it's been a crazy, what, 7 days now, right?
Crazy?
Crazy 7 days.
It's been
long 7 days.
No, it hasn't been that bad.
But just so you know, we left a Sunday 7 days ago. Today's Sunday again, right?
Yes, we started this.
Yeah, we delivered our load on Friday. We should have delivered it on Wednesday night or Thursday morning. But you know,
why, William?
Well, William didn't listen to Robin. That's what happened.
To Robin.
Yeah, we got caught in the wind, and it just turned into.
We wouldn't have gotten caught in the wind if I, you know.
Left a day, so 2 days later, like everybody else did.
If you would have listened to me.
Yeah, if I'd have listened to Robin, that would not have happened. But I did not listen to Robin because I'm a guy, and we just don't do shit like that, right?
Apparently.
We rather.
It bit in the booty.
Bit me in the booty, but.
But anyway, we're in Oregon.
Oregon.
Still.
And we made our delivery. We went and goofed off. We took yesterday and we got an Airbnb, and we'll talk about that. We got an Airbnb for a week because I want to see if I can do some deliveries in this area and make some money to pay for this Airbnb and some profit, and then explore the whole area and have a good time, right?
That's my plan.
That's Robin's plan, and that's what we're going to try to do. And we're going right now to pick up our second load. So this video might get stretched out a little ways because I'm going to try to get like load 14, 15, 16, and 17 in this, is what my plans are.
14, 15, 16.
Yeah, we already did 14. We're going to get 15 right now. I just want to, the reason I want to do that is because I talked to so many guys. We talked to a guy when we delivered the other one, right?
Yes.
And he does not do any of these loads in this area.
No.
He drives out here, he spends 3 or 4 days getting here, he delivers it, and he hauls right back home for another 3 days. And that's what he does. He never does that at something. I'm thinking, well, why would I not just try to stay in this area, pop a few of these loads? Yes, we're driving 5 hours out of our way, but we're coming right back to where we were, and then another 2 hours for our delivery. It'd be no different than if I was grabbing a load and heading back home, and you know, have to go back to Indiana again and grab another one. So I think that if we do like 3 or 4 of these,
We'll see.
at $800 a piece, I'm going to make some money.
Yes.
This could turn into $7,200 off these loads, and then we got an Airbnb for $700 for a whole week, and that's everything included. We were just going to get it for the weekend and hang out and goof off up here. We'd have spent $300 or $400 for the weekend,
Yes.
right? Since we took it for the whole week, they gave us a great deal for $700. Plus, it's got 4 acres, got plenty of area. We're going to try to park a RV there and hope we don't get in trouble, right? That's our goal. And if they don't say anything and everybody's okay with it, they're going to do 2 or 3 more loads like that.
Yes.
But we wanted to see all the stuff up here. There's a lake. There's a lake that you found.
Yes. Crater Lake.
Crater Lake. There's all kinds of waterfalls. We couldn't believe how much.
National forest everywhere.
Robin even got the last 2 nights. She got the Northern Lights.
I did.
Is that crazy? I mean, we went all the way to Alaska in the wintertime just for you to get your Northern Lights and everything. And then here we're in Oregon and we're getting the Northern Lights. She's got pictures posted everywhere on social media, so she accomplished that too. So that was great, right? I think this has been a great trip. But, you know, for the people out there that watch this channel that just don't want to do this for work, if you're going to do this for work, I guess you just fly out here and make your own decision if it's worth doing these little runs around here, or just head right back and grab another one.
Right.
But since we're out here, I figured to, you know, take advantage of it, right? And then we want.
Beautiful
And it's
Oregon,
oh,
like
the
this
weather's
week.
been 80. The place we're staying at, they get like 100 and some inches of snow a year, right?
Yeah.
We actually went over some passes that I am so glad that we are not here in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I felt like I was in like, well, I guess were they national parks that we were going through?
I think so.
Yeah, it was crazy, crazy weather. But I'm going to try to add this, you know, trip 14 is the one we already did. We're going to get 15 right now. Then we're going to head back and stay at our Airbnb tonight, get up tomorrow morning and go 2 hours down the road and deliver it. Then we're going to come back and do a whole bunch of adventures in that area. We'll make other videos about that stuff. And then we're going to go back to there and then get up the next day and go grab another one and then come back, spend the night and go deliver that one the next morning. Try to do that 3 times and then we're going to get out of here, right, Robin?
Well, provided that we don't get in trouble.
Provided we don't get it. Yeah, the Airbnb people might be texting us going, what do you park there?
Why do you have an RV on our property?
Because you said you didn't say that I couldn't.
Guess we'll find out.
So we'll find out. We'll add that to the video if it turns into a problem. Because if you watch one of our videos later, we're going to do a review on this Airbnb.
Yes.
Because we think it's in a nice little location and a great price, and it's a nice place. We've stayed in stuff that's cost twice as much for what we got there. So that might be, you know, an option if you're going to come out here with your wife or whatever and just want to spend some time out here and she wants to enjoy some things, you might buddy take advantage of this Airbnb.
Some sightseeing.
Some sightseeing and everything. But I'm going to try to get at least, you know, load 14 and 15 will be in here in this video for sure, because we know we're going to do it right now. Maybe 16 and 17, and then maybe we can get some footage of this lot that we're going to pick up right now that's in Idaho that we've never been to. We'll try to throw that in here, and then when I deliver one of these at the other end, I'll try to get some more footage of that camping world going into there. We delivered there on Friday, but it was a zoo,
Yeah.
and I just didn't have time to mess with it. Plus, my camera on front of the truck was full of so many bugs.
Gross.
The bugs are bad. You couldn't. I turned it on, and you couldn't even see a video. All you saw was bugs splattered. So, and I didn't have time to get out and clean it. So, we're gonna put all that together and see what happens, right, Robin?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be back with some more footage. And look at that, trip number 15, and it's an Eddie Bauer. That's our first Eddie Bauer. And we made it back to the Airbnb, but I'm gonna show you this one real quick. I didn't show it to you at the place that we picked it up just because that was like a cluster. They had like 100 of these in there. They had them in no kind of order, and I had to drive around for 20 minutes trying to find the number on this one. But we found it, and it's 27 foot long. And we'll deliver it tomorrow morning. Just a little travel trailer, nothing too fancy. And there was like 60 or 70 of these there. And you pretty much drive around and you look for this, the last 4 numbers. Looks like our battery didn't move. Everything looks good. No issues. Got a lot of bugs. Look at the front of this truck. I can't believe how many bugs. And you wouldn't believe it, but I washed this truck yesterday just because it was 10 times that much. Yeah. But this is a beautiful area. I mean, check this out. It's nice when you can find a spot where you can actually pull right in. That's our Eddie Bauer number 15 delivery. Going to try to get 2 more of these in on this whole adventure. So we got. Tomorrow morning we'll get some footage. And then after that, me and Robin are heading up to Crater Lake. Unbelievable. We did not know that the deepest lake in the United States is just right down the road from where we're at right now. It's called Crater Lake, and we're gonna go by there after we drop this off, do a video and spend some time up there. That's the best part of RV transport. By doing this, we'd have never been here. I mean, me and Robin have been to Oregon on the coast and all that stuff and never even knew about this stuff over here. So thanks to RV transport, we know about it now. And I told you when I started doing this that we'd adventure to places that we've never been before. So if you're thinking about getting into this line of work and you want to do more exploring and stuff, it's a great way to do it. And so far, our first job paid $41.05. This one paid $8.05. We're going to get at least 2 more in there at $8.05. You know, that'll be our grand total. And at the end of this video, we'll show exactly what we were paid, what we spent, and what we walked away with in profit. And today is day 7. So tomorrow we're going to deliver this on day 8. Then we're going to goof off and go grab the other one. So you're talking 10, 11. You're going to be like 12 days, 12 or 13 days and getting these 4 deliveries done and goofing off up here and spending time at the Airbnb. So we'll be back. Good morning, it's day 10 and we're in beautiful Oregon. It's another beautiful day and we're on our way to get trip number 16. Yes, trip number 16. We delivered trip 15 yesterday, and then after that we found this beautiful lake called Crater Lake, and there'll be a video out about that. But this lake is the deepest lake in the United States, and it's got, I think it's 1,940 feet deep approximately. We had an awesome adventure day yesterday, loved it. But you can see Robin's not with me this morning. She's taking an Airbnb sleep-in morning and doing 10 days worth of laundry and getting caught up on her shows. We get kind of a break. And I'm going to pick up this load and then bring it back there, and then tomorrow we'll deliver that one. And then after that, we're gonna go find some waterfalls and do some videos about that. RV transport has been exactly what I wanted it to be. I want us to experience things that we normally wouldn't experience, because me and Robin have been to Oregon before, but we drove the coast from California to Washington. That's a beautiful trip in the convertible. That's one I recommend you to go do. That was amazing. I probably would have never got to this part of Oregon without RV transport bringing us here. But you know Robin, as soon as we get to that area, she's on her phone Googling everything, and she finds us things to do. And she found us this great Airbnb. We'll do a video about the Airbnb, because that thing is like brand new. It's at the end of the road on 4 acres, plenty of room to park things. Just a great price. It's a nice place to stay. It worked out perfectly, and it worked out perfectly for me doing these trips. So if you just come across this video, we did trip number, I think it was trip number 14 since we started doing this work, and it brought us to Oregon, paid $4,105. We did get, stuck in Wyoming because of wind for 2 days. So otherwise this would be day 8, but that was my mistake. But we learn from the mistakes and we move on. But anyways, now yesterday we did trip number 15 and that paid $805. Now we're going to pick up trip number 16 that pays $805, and then we'll deliver that tomorrow. And then then after our adventures, we'll come back, get up Thursday, go grab another load, come back to the Airbnb, have a nice dinner, relax and everything, and then we'll get up Friday morning, we'll check out of the Airbnb, and we'll take and deliver that load, and that will be load number 16, another $805. So you can add that together in your head and see what they paid us. At the end of this series, we'll put down what we spent, where we spent too much money, what we did, all our expenses, and show the profit at the end. Now you could sleep in your truck, you could not do any adventures, and you could just haul your butt back home, and you could make more money, I guess, doing that, if that's what you want to do. But we didn't get into this RV transport for that. We got into this to help support some of our expenses, because this lifestyle is very expensive. And me and Robin like being gypsies, and this RV life is making us more gypsies than the RV life did. The RV transport, let's get that right. RV transport has turned us more into gypsies than the RV traveling around the country life did. And we are liking this. And I like having some, at the end of it, feeling that I just didn't go farther in the hole, or, wipe out the savings even more. And we can do this longer, because, we're not getting any younger, and we started this lifestyle just so that we weren't 65 and, bad health, and then put it all off and don't get to do it. And me and Robin decided when we first met that we were gonna see and do everything that was possible, and enjoy life as much as we can. And this RV transport helps support that. So that's why we're doing it. So we'll get those loads finished up. It's going to be a long video, because I'm trying to add everything for this trip into one video to just give you the whole perspective. You can look when we left from Alabama, went to Indiana, went through Wyoming, got stuck there for 2 days, kind of messed up our whole vibe, and then we got back on the road, went through some snow and some other bad stuff, and we got to Oregon, where the weather has been absolutely gorgeous. This has been their best weather for this whole week that we're here, and it really re-energizes you, and you're like, yes, I did the right thing coming here. And we getting these 3 loads done. All 3 of the campers that I'm hauling are exactly the same camper and model and unit, and same pay. I'm just doing it 3 times up here. And I've been told that a lot of guys don't do that. They just take their big load, come all the way up here, spend 3 or 4 days to get here, turn around, spend 3 days to get back home, take a few days to rest and have their logbooks restart, and then they go and do it again. And I guess that works for them, but that doesn't work for us, because we're doing this for the adventures and the excitement and all the other things, and we want to show that to everybody on YouTube. Just a note on YouTube, so you know this. Me and Robin have hit almost 4.5 million views. We're at almost 9,000 subscribers, and if you don't know this, 90% of all channels that start this never reach 10,000 subscribers. So we are super happy that where we're at on this channel. We want to thank everybody that's subscribed. We want to thank all the RV transport guys, because they have really helped this channel boost to that next level. But if you're just coming across this, we're an RV, we live in an RV, but we don't want our whole channel to be nothing about the same thing over and over like every other channel out there is doing. We want this to open up other avenues to people and other things that they can try. And if you like me and Robin, then you're going to subscribe, you're going to stay here, and you're going to keep watching, because me and Robin want to travel the whole world. We want to do all that. And I think we needed to do this to get to that level, because a few years ago we wanted to just jump in on a plane, go to Asia, spend a year traveling and living out of backpacks, and Robin said, we can do it. Oh, we could have done it, and we'd have forced ourselves to do it, but physically and mentally and all that, I don't think we were ready for that. We needed to downsize from the big home and all that to the RV life, and then we needed to downsize to this RV transport and the hotels and the Airbnbs and living in the truck and all that stuff to get to that point. Because anybody thinks they can do that, they always know that that house is there to come back to, and we don't have that house to come back to. We have an RV that's on a long-term spot. And what I felt by putting that on a long-term spot is what we were doing is no different than stick and brick, because we were getting content staying there, and we were slowing down to what we were here to do in the first place, and then we should have never even got rid of the sticks and bricks. So then I started thinking, what are we going to do next? And everybody said, well, just keep traveling and pulling your RV around. That's a lot of work. Those people that keep doing that and get burned out after 2 years, and then they go back to a house on their YouTube channel, we don't want to be those people. So we wanted to, still keep that lifestyle and have that as our, when we're ready to do that again, and go spend some weeks there and stuff like that. But we still want to travel around and give you the full picture of what me and Robin do and what we want this channel to be. So sorry about babbling on. Robin's not here to stop me, so I'm that guy that just keeps talking when she's not here. But we're going to finish this series out. We're going to head to Colorado. We're going to spend some time. Grandson has a graduation from his kindergarten. Robin has a hair appointment with her favorite hairdresser. We'll get that done. We'll get right back on the road. We'll get to Indiana. We'll do some more deliveries maybe in that area, and then head on down back to Alabama, do some adventures. We still want to go and do some more adventures in Alabama, since that's where the fifth wheel is now. And we're going to do this RV transport all year around the whole United States, and find these little things like we're finding right now, and throw those videos out there for you too. So if you have any ideas or any comments or anything like that you think that we should do differently, or what you're looking for, I know there's people out there that want me to do a logbook review on the logbook. I will do that. I just want more experience before I throw that out there, so we will get to that. We got some other reviews coming up, but this is what we do. We never know what's happening from day to day. Robin has things set out with the family and certain times that we need to be in certain areas, but other than that, we get up every day not knowing what today's going to bring. I knew I was going to go get an RV. I didn't know which one until I picked it. I don't know what this road's going to bring to me right now. I know that the weather's beautiful and I'm enjoying that. I know Robin's enjoying a little day of herself, and that's what this life is all about, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So I hope you like these videos. I hope you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'm going to add some more of the place that we're going right now to pick this up. I'll do a little video of that in there, and then we'll get a video of us delivering the one on Friday, and we'll talk about this whole, whatever days it's going to be, 12, 13 day experience, 14 day experience, and what we made and what we spent, and how you can cut corners to make more money. And if you want to be a gypsy, this lifestyle might support it, because a lot of people want to do what me and Robin do, and they think they have to have a bank full of money. We started doing this without a bank full of money, and we made it, and then we sold the home, and we put the money in the savings, and we dipped a lot into that last year to do that adventure and do that expensive lifestyle of RV resorts and everything. And I don't want to do that no more, because that's just very expensive, and there's not a lot of payback that you get from that, in my opinion. So these are the adventures that I like to do, and me and Robin get to spend a lot of quality time together, and I love that girl, and everybody out there knows that, and she knows that too. So and I love that I have her to do this with me, support my crazy decisions sometimes, and I always support her crazy decisions. So that's what this is about, and we'll be back. That last segment is the road going into Crater Lake. I thought I'd just throw that in there as a little teaser, so maybe you'll watch that video when we put that one out. But let's take a look at what we got here. We're all hooked up, and we'll show you this lot. You can see all the Eddie Bauers. All these were full the other day, so there's been good 5 or 6 of them at least across there. We're all hooked up. Our batteries there. Our hitch is all set up. Our chains, you want to make sure this thing's not dragging down here, because they're actually getting people for that thing dragging down here on the ground. So watch that. You got your lock, everything's done there. The only thing that concerns me about these Eddie Bauers, they don't have a cap for the drain, and I know they pull you over for that stuff, but I can't even steal one off from any of the other units because none of them have them. So You know, I might have to get one and keep it in my bag all the time or in the back of the truck just so I have one to put on there, because none of these have them on there. This is the first time I've came across this situation. So you can see all these things in here. So, you know, if you're watching these videos, you might grab one of them and just keep it with you. And remember to take it off so you're not donating it every time you deliver it. But these Eddie Bauers do not have them on there. So that's kind of crazy, but this is the second one of them. We have one more of these to haul in this series, and then we are done and we're heading to Colorado. So let's get this on the road, get back to the Airbnb. Robin's gonna have dinner for me when I get there, and we'll get back on it tomorrow. Well, it's day 12, you know, of this adventure. We did spend 2 of those days for wind restriction in Cheyenne, Wyoming, so we could have done this in 10 days. But we are going to make our final delivery, number 17 since we started this whole adventure. We've been doing it exactly 3 months today. And we didn't work that much. When you really think about it, most of our deliveries were when we were going back to Pennsylvania for Robin's doctor's appointments. We were always grabbing something in Indiana and taking it there. That's at least 5 or 6 of those deliveries were just going back to Pennsylvania. So I don't feel like I hardly even did 17 deliveries. I don't even know how I got that many in, but that's cool. But I told you at the end of this video, we talk numbers. So let's talk numbers. Alrighty, what do we got here? We got, okay, out of these 4 deliveries, the biggest one was Indiana to Oregon, and then I was going to do 3 of them in this area. Originally I was going to do these 3 that paid more money, but I had to drive farther, and that's kind of what I had in my head until I sat down and started looking at my logbooks, and I wouldn't have enough time on my logbooks to get those in. So I grabbed these 3 ones that were going to the same place I delivered originally, and they all paid a little $100 less than what the other ones did. And I had to do that because I didn't have enough time. I'm making this delivery with like 35 minutes left on my logbooks. So I used every bit of those logbooks, and that's what you have to do to make this work. So when you're looking at them loads, you also have to look at how long it takes you to do it and what you can squeeze in and where you want to have your downtime at if you're gonna, you know, have a reset for 34 hours. So that's, but I'll talk about that in another video. But let's just say right now, these 4 deliveries, Wave paid us $6,520. You know, and we were on the road for 12 days. We'll be on the road for 14 because we still got to head to Colorado. But it would have been 12 days if we wouldn't have got stuck for wind, if I'd have been a little smarter on that wind deal. But, you know, you got to learn. I've only been doing this for 3 months. So, but our expenses for this trip was a lot of expenses because, and this is from the fuel from when we left Alabama till we're basically till we get back to Colorado, because my other tanks are full and I'll be able to go to Colorado, and I'll probably get halfway across Colorado back to Indiana with the fuel that I have. So this is everything in there, every food, every adventure, everything. We stopped, $700 of this is for an Airbnb. So we've got $2,938.07, you know. So but we didn't cut any corners. We didn't go without, you know. It is what it is, you know. So after that, we still got a profit of $3,581.93. That covers no repairs, nothing on the truck. I'm still within my oil changes, my tire rotations, and all that stuff. So, you know, you take that money how you want to take it. You know, put a percentage of it back. That's, you know, you need to do that on your own. But, you know, if you're just doing this for a job, you're not going to be spending the money that me and Robin are goofing off. But if you're thinking about getting this into this line of work just to do these adventures and be able to see the country, you know, and it makes it so you can afford to do it, then there's an advantage that way. But let's just look at 17 trips in 3 months of doing this. In this 3 months time, Wave paid us $25,321.78. That's what I put in my checking account off those 17 deliveries in that 3-month time span. And that's from the time I took orientation till right now we're making this delivery. And
and I can tell you, we goofed off. This is the longest we've been out on a run. I think our other one was 8 or 9 days, and then the other one was 4 or 6 days, and then the other ones were just grabbing something here and there, going down to Alabama, going to Pennsylvania, just stuff like that. Nothing going to Colorado to see the kids. I don't even know how I got 17 deliveries, and I really don't. But that's what they paid us, was $25,321.78. So, you know, you can make some money. Just imagine if you're working that logbook and working those hours every week and getting every little bit out of it you can. I'm sure you could bill these people $150,000 every year, and then you're going to have $50,000 in expenses. But I mean, that's just what I see in my head and what I've heard from other people. But profit. Now, just remember, this profit number that I give you is no deductions for what this truck. This truck has got 20,000. I'll tell you, 24,000 miles since I started doing this RV transport. It's got 24,000 miles, but I used those trips to go places we were going to go anyways. So you can't count all that mileage against RV transport. You really can't, because we were going to Colorado anyways. We grabbed a load. We're going to Pennsylvania all those times. We grabbed loads. So you've got to figure that however you ever want to figure that. I mean, we put 22,000 miles just hauling an RV around the country last year, and I got nothing back for it. So, you know, you got to break that down in your head. But we have $17,624.78 left in profit. Now, basically, that was after what they paid us and all of our fuel and service and expenses. There's nothing put back to replace the truck, or if some major, you know, thing happens to it. That's what's left over to work with. So you got to take that money and decide what you want to put back and what you want to, you know, use, you know, for whatever. But those are the real numbers. I mean, a lot of people don't give you the real numbers, and we're giving you numbers from people that are not really hard at this. You know, in another 3 months, those numbers might be double that, triple that, because we might do this a lot more as long as the work is there. You know, there's no guarantees at this job. I mean, I'm not telling anybody to quit their job and go do this work. But if you hate your job, you hate your life, you need a change, you have a truck, and you don't have to go and put out a lot of money to get started, and you want to go see if this works for you, you might fall in love with this and do it the rest of your life. You never know. But you know, it's just something I wanted to try. I watched other people's videos and how, you know, they never really tell you what they were making, and then the ones that were still doing it were not giving you information, and then the ones that were not doing it no more failed at it. So you couldn't go by their information, and that's just not what we are here. We are here to show you what we can do, and we do this in every experience that we try. But I think you can make a living doing this, no problem. You're going to have to, you know, learn the log books, get everything out of it that you can. You're going to have to put money back, you know, so you can replace your truck. You just can't go and have a big 3 or 4 months and go out and piss all that money away, because it'll bite you in the ass later on. But for people that have always worked for themselves and know this, self-employed, they know that and they know what to do. But somebody that comes off a regular job and jumps into this and all of a sudden goes and kicks ass for 6 months and has $80,000 in the bank and thinks he can go buy a new motorcycle or some toys, and then all of a sudden 2 years from now he doesn't have any money and his truck's wore out, that's what's going to get you in trouble. So just remember that, and I know that from experience because I've been self-employed, you know, the last 40 years of my life. So either running businesses or working for other people on a 1099. And, you know, people say, well, you got to put a whole bunch back for taxes. Everything you do that has to do anything with this traveling, this job, is all deductions. All these fuel expenses are deduction. All the miles on this truck, everything you put into this truck, purchasing a new truck, the depreciation on that, all that stuff, when it goes into there, if you do it right, you know, you don't have to worry about owing the government a lot of money. And I'm not a tax guy. Make sure you talk to your own tax person, but I've been self-employed my whole life. And the government gives you lots of breaks on all that stuff, and you need to look into that. So take these numbers for what you want to take, you know, take these videos for what you want to take, leave the comments. I'll answer as much as I can, but if you're thinking about doing this, you know, don't put it off till tomorrow. You know, the best time to do something is right now when you're ready to do it. There's a lot of loads. It's a good year. Next year might not be the same way. But these are the real numbers. This is us doing this. If you've watched all the videos, we have a lot of videos out there. If you watch all the videos, you get an idea who me and Robin are, and then you can take from this what you want. But just remember, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments. You know, if you like me and Robin, subscribe to the channel, and always